Well, my motivation for running for this office of mayor in Birmingham came about because I saw some very strong issues that were taking place in Birmingham. I saw a government that was divided. I saw that our children were not being educated in the best way. And I saw so much neglect in our communities. There were we have a city that has 70,000 people living in poverty. And that moved me in such a way to improve the quality of life of so many of our citizens. Birmingham is the third most dangerous city in the country. Birmingham has been ranked the second worst city in the country behind Detroit. Birmingham has a problem in its government with the corruption and the division, and the city cannot grow, it cannot move forward with these issues that are facing them. So my motivation is this, for my faith, I know everybody doesn't believe the same things, but I'm called to love God and love people. And that second part B, loving people, has motivated me to run for office because Birmingham is a city that needs to be cared for, and every neighborhood needs to be cared for. We have 99 neighborhoods and 96 go uncared for. And that's a problem for Brother Sims. And I think it's a problem for the rest of the community at large. We need a mayor that will seek after the best interests of all citizens, not just a particular set of communities. There are several things that go into improving safety of our citizens. And the police force is one component of that. They provide a presence, but they normally react to crimes. But their presence sometimes is a deterrent. But what I would want to do for our police force is to, first of all, give them the proper staffing that they need. We have a police force that's being decimated by attrition, whether they're retirements or police officers moving to another community where they get better pay, there's better morale, there's better support coming from the mayor's office. So part of what I would do is to ensure that we have a number that's sufficient for our protection, but also that our police officers would be a part of the community in the sense that instead of saying, oh no, here comes the po-po, that they would be able to go up to the officers and say, this is happening over here and we need your help. I want a relationship with the community and the police department that's harmonious. I also would create a citizens task force coupled with the police department that when issues happen, that they can come together and review whatever that may be a controversy, but to work together. And I think what's happened in our city is there's so much division in our city on so many levels that people just don't get along and they're suspicious of one another. So we have to break down those barriers of mistrust. We have to break down the barriers of the citizens feeling that, that the police force is so militarized that, they're afraid. And once we heal those areas, our children won't suffer from traumatic stress syndrome because it's stressful to see people arrested. It's stressful to hear violence in the community with gunshots and that sort. So we're going to have to take it at a holistic approach. We can't do this piecemeal, but part of what I want to do is to do a complete assessment of the police force from personnel to budget to equipment to training and policies. We need those things in place to assess those so we can know better which direction we need to go for our police officers in our community. My mission and vision for this city is that it would be Birmingham United. We want a city that's united. Once again, we have so many divisions in this city based on race, socioeconomic status. We have divisions about whether, we pit neighborhoods against neighborhoods as far as resources. We want a city that's united and moving forward. And my vision for that is that we would address the issues that underlie this dysfunction in our communities. We have a city that we have one of the worst school systems in the country. And that's not because we don't have qualified people, teachers and administrators, or we have just students that cannot learn, but it starts at the top. The Board of Education has lacked leadership and has been divided. Now, part of healing a community is to bring them together, and to bring them together in such a way that that we can disagree in a way that's not divisive and hurtful or mean, but we can work our issues out together. So my mission and vision is that Birmingham would be united, and Birmingham would be a beacon and a template for other cities, is that our country can look to Birmingham and say, this is how they get their act together. This is how we need to utilize our resources. And this is how the world looks at us. We had a mayor that getting in shootouts on the interstate. We have a mayor that gets into fistfights at City Hall. We have a mayor that doesn't get along with the city council. We have a city council that doesn't get along with the mayor. We have city council that don't get along with each other. So we have to focus on what is going to bring Birmingham together. The disunity is harming our city, so we want to do better in that regard. So. First of all, to form a good working relationship, you have to really care about people. And that's one of my qualities that I think that will serve me so well in that capacity. We're having a mayor's election with 12 candidates. I get along with nearly all of them that, come around. I mean, all of them. And I get along with their supporters. I mean, it's amazing, this dynamic that I have with the other candidates and their families and their supporters. And that's what I would bring to the table. First of all, we have to be friends. Some people may not be friendly or want to be friends, but I'm going to invite you to lunch with me. I'm going to invite you to dinner. I'm going to go see your child's recital. I'm going to build a relationship with you that supersedes this relationship of mayor council. I want to be friends and family to each of those people. And I want to work that with the boards that we have too. I want to be on a personal relationship basis with all of our elected officials and appointed officials of the board. I want to get along with all the city. So to do that, you have to love people. If you can't love people and accept them for whatever flaws I have, whatever flaws they have, because we know we're imperfect. So what we do, we work through those things. We get along with each other. And I think it's an excellent thing to put forth to the community, that we break bread together and we enjoy each other's company. So part of building relationship is relationships that work is to get to know who you're working with. Well, what distinguishes me, I think, from the other candidates is a certain number of things. First of all, I've served my country and community for over 35 years, and that's verifiable service to the community. I'm a U.S. Armed Forces veteran. I served the Navy as a dental technician, and I served with the Marine Corps as a combat medic. So I'm a patriot too. I love my country and I love my city. I love my family. So what distinguishes me from a lot of candidates is that I love people. And I'm sure they do too, but I know that some of even our mayoral candidates don't even get along with each other. And I'm just like a bridge between them. And I love that. But when you look at my record, and you can go to the website www.brothersimsformayor.com, and you can look at all this list of service that I've had to our communities. And I don't mean just in a pastoral sense or anything like that. I'm talking about boots on the ground, working with impoverished people. I was even worked with a healthcare company where I directed hundreds of people, which included volunteers, staff, and patients and their families. So I'm used to that, and it's $1 million budget. We had to work with that. I had to bring a return on. I had to return 5% of a multi-million-dollar budget into the company as far as in volunteer service hours and that sort. So I'm unique in that I've worked with big budgets. I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of people within a year, just from year to year to year. But also what distinguishes me is that I think I bring to the table a certain amount of wisdom and maturity. And I think that's absolutely crucial to being a mayor. You need to be able to know how to get along with people from different races, different nationalities, different socioeconomic backgrounds. And I've had so much experience in those areas that I think I would make a great mayor. I've had great administrative experiences. My background includes business, public administration, so many of those things that a mayor would need. You need a mayor that's broad in his experience and his knowledge, and he needs to be wise and he needs to be mature. This is not a position for young and inexperienced people that don't have that wealth of worldwide experience. They've lived in different countries, so I think I bring a unique, broad perspective to this office, and I bring a certain dignity to it also because if you're gonna lead people, you gotta love them. Really, we cannot move this city forward with a mayor that is not nitty-gritty down with the people. So whether it's Mountain Brook or Gate City, whether it's Kingston or Winewood or all these other areas, Bellevue Heights, just all these different neighborhoods with these different dynamics, you need someone that's going to be able to work in all those different areas of the community. So. When you look at Birmingham, my position is my platform has been better schools, better community, and better government. And those things are intertwined. So it's not just, what is your number one. All these things work in tandem together. The educational system, we have 25,000 little children in a school system that's failing them. 25,000. And this year after year after year, decade after decade after decade, that we are sending children out of our school system that are not equipped to face the realities of a modern day economic system. So they go from an educational prison, a school prison, to real prison, and it fused the school to prison pipeline. We have to turn that off. And it's going to take a mayor that cares about children, that really is going to be involved with the school board and work with them, that we can create greater successes for our communities. Because without education, we can't improve the economic status of children, of our communities. If you can't read, write, or count, or do math, you can't work. You can't work unless it's a job that's going to basically keep you in poverty. And we want to uplift those who are living in poverty. We have 70,000 in this city that live in poverty. You know some people. You know people on food stamps. You know people who don't have transportation, that stand outside of a pole in Birmingham. They don't even have a place to sit down. They stand and hold on to a pole and wait for a bus. We can do better than that for our citizens. So we're looking at improving our educational system, and I'm going to put the money forth to do that. If we have to hire math enrichment teachers, if we have to hire reading specialists, if we have to create programs in the neighborhoods to do that, we're going to do that. And we're going to have 9 world-class community centers in every district. And these are going to be huge, where you can come in and get these certain senior activities, parenting classes, job resume, interview skills building, intro to computers, youth development programs, where community can come and be community again. So, also the healing of our government, the healing of our communities. And once again, I said we're divided on these lines of race and color and these ideologies, but you need a mayor that can reach out and hold people and bring them together. And that takes some experience to do that. So we're looking at that. We need a transit system that works, that is able to get people to where they need to go instead of taking 2 hours to get from Roebuck to UAB. That's horrible. We can do better than that. We can educate our children. We can heal our communities of all the violence. We're the third most violent city in the country. Part of what I want to do is to have domestic violence, anger management, and conflict resolution classes held in the community centers for free. For free. Part of stopping the violence of people that know each other, that kill each other or shoot each other, is that we have to train them on conflict resolution, because some people just didn't get that. So we can't let our city run amok, but that's going to make great improvements on how safe our city becomes. Also, we'll introduce these domestic violence, conflict resolution, anger management into the early grades of school. From the third grade, starting third grade, you learn how not to push kids or how to not speak profanities in school. We want to heal our community, and that's going to take a certain investment to do that. And it's going to take a certain leader to do that. And I believe that I'm that leader that can do that. So that's the biggest issues, I think, for Birmingham. A lack of opportunity, lack of education, lack of resources, broken down communities, broken down infrastructure, and a divided government. We can do better than that, Birmingham. And as your mayor, I will work with everyone to do that, even the other candidates that are running for mayor. We want a united Birmingham. And as you can ask any other candidate, I get along with all of them. Maybe not one, but I don't interact with him very much. But, I love him and I respect him.